Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome into Business Salad, where we mix up all things business for you for free.
That's right. I am Katie Anderson and this is Steph. We are your hosts for Business Salad. Super excited to talk to all of you guys today. And real quick shout out, happy birthday to Steph today. Happy birthday. And we are excited about our topic today. I'm excited for your birthday and let's jump in.
It's our Earth Day special, you guys. We are going to count down the 5, like our backgrounds, most environmentally friendly and sustainable companies of 2021 per growthensemble.com. So if you're into being green and you're into preserving the earth and you're into supporting those eco-friendly companies, we're going to give you the top 5.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Steph. So I'm going to kick us off with those top 5. I do want to mention, I think just in general, it's always good when we're thinking about running our business or just running our lives to be thinking about what can we do to be a little bit more green? What can we do to conserve things like that? So shout out to these 5 that we're going to touch on right now. And the first one is Pila. And I'm going to just go into a little bit about Pila. This is awesome. So Pila actually began in 2010, and it's when its founders started to think about plastics in the ocean and seeing what this impact was and what was happening. And so what they are known for, and what this sort of claim to fame on this conservation side, is being the world's first 100% compositable phone case, 100%. And their goal, which I think is awesome, and obviously we all should, is the idea that it's to prevent 1 billion pounds of plastic from being made in the next 5 years. 1 billion pounds. And the cases are awesome. And that's Pila, P-E-L-A. And the cases are beautiful. Everything is just aesthetic and all of that. But to know that it is also certified as really offsetting that carbon footprint and doing what's right by the planet. And that's huge. And so this is, Pila is actually a fellow 1% for the Planet member, which is a huge honor, a great thing. They partner with organizations to help support efforts with ocean pollution. So I think, Steph, it wouldn't be a bad idea. We could actually link some of these companies here onto the comments so you guys can see those. But that is Pila, which is very cool. So that's number 5.
Yeah. Absolutely. We will put, and we'll actually put this article in there as well, because it does list the top 10 companies, but we're breaking down the top 5 for you. And then you'll be able to, from there, I think they've got all the links in there and you can kind of check them out too. So that's pretty cool. So I'm really excited about number 4. Everybody knows that I do love my beer. And number 4 is New Belgium Brewing Company. Yes. Which is the 4th largest craft brewery in the US and has committed to being eco-friendly since their founding in 1991. So they did not just jump on this train. This is not a new thing for them. During their initial founding, the owners took a trip to Rocky National Mountain Park and set down their core values, chief among them kindling social, environmental, and cultural changes as a business role model, environmental stewardship, honoring nature at every turn of the business. They are based out of Fort Collins and they use only sustainable vendors. And they are a platinum certified zero waste business. 99.9% of their waste does not go to a landfill. So just remember that if you're looking for an eco-friendly beer, you're going to check out New Belgium Brewing. Their internal energy tax is a voluntary self-tax on every kilowatt hour of electricity they purchase, which funds energy efficiency and on-site renewable energy products. So I have not tried New Belgium, but I'm excited to try it. And I'll let everybody know how it goes. I think Fat Tire is one of theirs. And I have heard of Fat Tire and I've seen them in quite a few of the restaurants.
I love it. Awesome. Very fun. Well, let's move to number 3. And I think with all the shopping we do and the shopping online, it's so easy to just go to our similar sites all the time. If we take a second to think about maybe looking into an e-commerce site that is a little bit more earth friendly, a little more aware in that way, we're going to highlight a company, and it is called a good company. So I'll give you a couple of things about this. It's an environmentally sustainable. That's one of the things that they weren't thinking about primarily. We aren't always thinking about just being environmentally sustainable. But one of the things that we are not always considering is when it's e-commerce, that's not the first thing that comes to mind. Well, here's the thing. A good company, this is what they say on here, is a good company's mission is to change e-commerce for that reason, to really start thinking about sustainability. And so a couple of ways that they do that. And just so you know that a good company is really a great ethical alternative to some of those big companies we might be going to for some of that online e-commerce. But here's a couple of great things. A good company exists to create sustainable everyday products. They say you might notice that other companies on this list, sustainability means more than just not polluting the planet. Now, here's some things that are really interesting. So founded in 2018, this Swedish-based company actually didn't start with just the kids in mind. He wanted to be able to tell his kids, he said, I want to be able to tell my children that he did everything he could to fight climate change, right? He says, I want to be able to tell them that the planet's health is a deciding consideration with every product that they create. So they're really putting that mindfulness into place with that. They really believe that they are on the cutting edge of sustainability. So one thing to know is that every decision dealing with the materials that they use, each product's idea, every single piece along that way, they're really putting into consideration as they're offering. And so they also believe that full transparency to the consumer and to the customer is so important when it comes to sustainability and environmental considerations. And that's just something that's really, really important to them. From the world's first climate positive notebook with stone paper to their luxury pen made of melted down illegal firearms to their eco-friendly phone cases, right? Another little kind of point on there. They really do believe in climate positive packaging and sustainability for the earth. So I think that that's a great one. It's always good to kind of check out some of these options when we're thinking about Earth Day and sustainability.
Yeah, wow, that's some really unique product manufacturing there. That's crazy. And in line with that and those products, our number 2 company is actually 7th generation. I think a lot of people are familiar with 7th generation just because a lot of people know Grove, and they are available at Grove Collaborative. And I think you can also find them at Target. So a lot of people are familiar with them, and I think everybody's kind of aware that they are a more eco-friendly company, and they have been that way since 1988. But there might be some other little facts that you did not know about them. For example, the packaging that's used for selling and shipping products, of course, is a huge source of waste. But along with their plant-based products, they make sure their packaging is just as environmentally friendly. And in order to reduce waste, they use recycled materials for their packaging and designs. Their goal is for 100% of their products and packaging to use bio-based or post-consumer recycled material. And like Patagonia, who is actually going to be our number 1 company, they aim to become a zero waste company by 2025. Yeah, in addition to that, they actually promote and improve environmental conservation with at least half of the foundation's funds donated to Indigenous-led organizations, and they offer grants to nonprofit organizations. So they really have their fingers in a lot of those little pots, like you said, not just making sure that they provide eco-friendly products and packaging, but that they're doing more and putting more out there to help other people kind of spread that web of earth friendliness.
Absolutely. I love that. And that, my friend, brings us to number 1 on this list of eco-friendly and conscientious companies, which I was excited to touch on because it is a Ventura, California based company, which is where I lived before moving to Colorado, Patagonia. So we see their stuff everywhere. They have great stuff. I was just telling Steph, my kiddo was running around in Patagonia hat just the other day. But Patagonia, so over the last 47 years of being in business, they have been the cutting edge edge of environmentally conscious business practices. They are, like I said, out of Ventura, California. And a couple of notes on Patagonia. It's awesome. So they take countless routes to being eco-friendly. They have a huge champion for environmental activism since their inception. They proudly state, it says in here, that they are in business to save our home planet. I mean, it is a great mission. Like I said, great products, all of that. For the last 35 years, they pledged 1% of all sales to the conservation of natural environment, really kind of giving back. This practice led to their founder co-founding 1% for the planet, which is what we mentioned before. The businesses really trying to be a part of that. So other companies could make the same contribution to environmental protection. They have awarded over $89 million to national and international grassroots environmental groups. I mean, this is really taking that to that next level. So much of what they talk about in this is their raw materials that are recycled or grown organically, really reducing that environmental footprint. And again, just like Steph just mentioned, having that goal to aim to be completely carbon neutral by 2025, which is an amazing thing that they're looking at. And they're really on that path for that. So looking at this is just phenomenal. I mean, if you're going to look at your options and looking at things, and to know that you're working with a company or investing in a company or whatever the case is that cares about the planet and is really trying to make those extra steps is awesome. So we thought that'd be a great thing to touch on for Earth Day, and as Stephanie's birthday show for her birthday. So
Thank you.
Steph, what
Going
else
back,
on the earth or your birthday or any of those things?
probably I might be 29 this year. I might just stay 29 for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Same.
Yes. And I hope everybody has a wonderful Earth Day. What I'd like to know is, do you do anything special to promote that eco-friendliness? Or do you, I think most people recycle, but what else do you do? What do you do in your community? What do you do in your household? I'd like to know. And we can't wait to see you next week. Hope everybody has a fabulous Friday, wonderful weekend.
That's right. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy birthday again, Steph. Bye,
Thanks.
everybody.